This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you very much for tuning in to a Saturday session of Handicapping 101. Yesterday we talked a lot about the points of handicapping and gave a little insight into those who would like to be a professional handicapper. Quit your job and make money the easy way, just handicapping. Well, I promise you there's nothing easy about handicapping. I work about 80 hours a week and no complaints. I love it. I'm very passionate about the business, and I will be handicapping until I draw my last breath. I simply love it. But you know, before we get into a little more handicapping thought, today's a big day, my 25-unit National League Game of the Week. Intend to get the cash in a big way. Also releasing a 3-unit baseball package that includes the nationally televised Saturday night game between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. This is going to be quite a contest. I have strong feelings about it and believe I will get the cash. On the mound for Boston tonight, right-hander Josh Beckett, 2-1 with an ERA of 1.99. Going for the New York Yankees, the ever-reliable CC Sabathia, 3-2 with an ERA of 2.89. So once again today, my 25-unit National League Game of the Week, and tonight the Boston Red Sox at the New York Yankees game on national television on Fox. Now, on Sunday, we have the opening game of the best-of-7 series, the championship round of the NBA East, the Miami Heat at the Chicago Bulls. Chicago is a 2-point favorite. I believe the total is 188.5, and I am releasing this game as a 50-unit play. I haven't lost a 50-unit play in the last 2 weeks. Don't intend to lose one on Sunday night. Just remember, mark it on your calendar tomorrow, Sunday night, a 50-unit play on the Miami Heat at Chicago Bulls game that kicks off the NBA East championship round. This is basketball at its best. Don't miss it. And once again, I have very, very strong feelings on this game. You know, and yesterday we discussed a lot about handicapping and what it takes to really just make your living handicapping. And it's not easy, and I'd never really recommend it for anybody because I don't think most people have the mindset to cope with all the pressures of winning and losing. But you know, to keep my sanity in this business, you know, I long ago decided there were only 2 universal rules of handicapping. And, you know, I hear people say, never do this, never do that, don't do this, don't do that. Well, there's no such thing as never in the world of handicapping. Some people would say to you, like, for instance, yeah, that's a sucker bet. You can't bet teasers, you can't bet parlays, you can't do this, you can't do that. Well, the truth of the matter is you can do them all. There's a place for every single bet in baseball and in basketball, and you can use any of them. Period, if the circumstances dictate it. When I handicap a baseball game, for instance, I say to myself, do I bet the side? Do I make a run line play? Is it a game that I should bet the total? Should I tie it up with another team in a parlay? And the point of it all is there are no games that you can say never to. You know, I like to say I would never lay minus 240 in a baseball game, but the truth of the matter is I would, you know, if all the circumstances were right. Handicapping and betting is all about risk versus reward. If the risk outweighs the reward, then you walk away. If the reward outweighs the risk, you bet your money and you pick the certain element or the certain way to do that. Now, I have 2 universal rules of handicapping that permit me to keep my wits about me and to keep my head straight as things go. These are my rules. Maybe other people have theirs, but here are my 2 universal rules of handicapping. Number 1, you can do everything right and still be wrong. For instance, in a football game, you could have the best team. You can know that you've got an 80% chance to cover the number, and you can still get beat. If that team fumbles 7 times, you have no chance to win and no chance to cover. It's as simple as that. The second rule is an exception to every rule. Don't tie yourself up and say, well, this particular situation is a no-go ever. There's an exception to every single rule. So the 2 universal rules of handicapping, you can do everything right and still be wrong. And the second one is there is an exception to every rule. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Kelso Sturgeon. I'll be right back here on Sunday with another session of Handicapping 101.